Right. It was.
And now I am questioning to myself why the public wasn't warned by the military about basically these objects flying directly over their city.
I think we're talking
if this
about.
was like Washington D.C. and there was unidentified flying objects over there,
Yeah.
they would have said, "Hey, everybody, this is what's happening," and to keep everybody calm because people don't want any terrorist activity.
Okay. I really think we're talking about civilian air security at this point.
Yeah,
whatever it is up there.
It could have been an attack, and that's what they're, we're all geared up for these days because of what occurred, on 9/11.
There's a point, that the FAA actually tracks down, aircraft that's going around, but they won't release those records, of course. So we're not going to get any kind of real report of the craft early enough unless someone can subpoena those records. That would be nice, but the government is shrouded in secrecy. So
yeah, this is it's basically another cover up.
We need disclosure.
Yeah.
Cut. Yeah. Well, at the time, Councilwoman Frances Barwood did make the issue about public concerns, and she claimed to have returned over 700 calls to eyewitnesses to follow up on the sighting. But when Fife Symington, the governor, of Arizona at the time, responded, he really downplayed the incident. And I think it was just negative publicity on his part. But, he wants to, protect his image. He wants to secure his spot in the office. But, maybe someone told him to shut up. I don't know. But he brought in, someone in the council meeting that was dressed up in a space alien suit.
Yeah, that's just,
right. I mean, what a slap in the public face, Brian.
Yeah, that was.
Just
I like the ex-governor. He seems like an honest guy.
He's cool.
He did admit later to this lame joke, but he didn't want to seem to make fun of it, but just kind of downplay the whole incident in its entirety. Basically, like, try to please make this go away. I don't need this.
Alien life with Fife.
There you go.
He does admit to seeing a V-shaped craft flying over Phoenix earlier that night, but didn't say that until his retirement from office.
Yeah, he waited till he was in the clear, and that's understandable, But I'm sure he wanted to. When you hear the statement, you'll see he's very, very straightforward about it. Okay, let me share the audio clip. Where he is interviewed later after his retirement.
Is it an audio clip or video clip?
It's actually I believe we have video and audio.
We do have video.
Yeah. Well, we'll show both. He's admitting to personally have seen the vector-shaped object himself that day. So this official, he did come back and change his original statement.
Cut.
Wow, that was interesting. Can this public politician and everyone else who witnessed this close encounter in the night skies in Nevada and also Arizona be on some kind of medication? I mean, they don't even make drugs that good. For something like this to occur, you have to look at only two possibilities. Can you guess what they are, Marcus?
Probably the good drugs or the bad drugs.
Okay,
well,
that's
maybe
right. No, I'm just kidding. No, the number one explanation is that this is a true case of UFO.
Right. That.
Maybe the aliens were flying around up there and they forgot to turn on their stealthing device. I mean, can you kind of picture like two Cheech and Chong characters up there scoring after scoring some stuff, and they kind of just spaced out. Yeah, there you go. And so they didn't realize that they were exposed for all of us to see. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Cut.
Yeah, hey, we've all been there. I guess we're all part of the same Milky Way galaxy. It was sighted near the U.S.-Mexican border.
Okay.
Maybe they got their stuff, which I will say.
Yeah,
stuff.
I would call it stuff.
Yeah, cheaper on that side of the border.
They would have to have a medical card, if anything, just to score on the California side, don't you think? Down?
Yep, and I guess that's just, more money lost south of the border.
Well, the second more plausible, answer, people, was that these were our tax dollars, basically,
Really?
seen in the sky, that starry night. Given the location of the reported sighting, the exact location of Area 51 at that tour was kind of down from Henderson, Nevada. I believe this thing was coming from Area 51.
Well, wait
Trying to say.
a minute. You mean
Yeah,
the exact location of Area 51? You have that exact
Well,
location?
I'm gonna tell you.
Whoa, I thought that was classified.
No, I'll tell you really the truth about this Area 51 area. It's actually Groom Lake, Nevada. That's the way they know it, just north of Las Vegas. And, you can't even find it on Google Maps. It's actually redacted out, by the way. You can go on Google right now, Maps, and look under Groom Lake.
That's our government at work.
Yeah, hiding stuff from us.
us.
Hiding stuff from everyone else. But maybe it's a top secret facility.
Yeah, I
maybe it's for our own
I can
good.
understand the secrecy, but, that's just
But
one thing.
they can't account for these dollars, that's the point.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do that? You really might piss off, the wrong people.
I'll just take my chances at that,
Okay.
But,
okay. I'll stand over here.
Area 51, is in southern Nevada. It's just like a huge, black hole that's really sucking down,
So that's what it is.
billions
It's just a
of
huge
hard-earned-
black hole, and all of our tax dollars and
Yeah,
all the money
it's
is
a,
just being sucked in there.
yeah, like where's it going? I don't know. It's going to Area 51, right?
Yeah.
Groom Lake, or all these secret, spy programs. But this money really has none of the standard appropriation or guidelines that the government, must really disclose to the public. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
These the Black Ops projects really have no accountability to Congress at that. From what I gather, if you, the people, have any other information about this, let me know, or count me wrong. Please, let's figure this out
They've
together.
been diverting these funds for years, probably, back from the 50s.
Right.
So all these new administrations, that have come since then, they're not even aware probably of how this money, how it's getting done, how it's getting taken from our tax dollars
Right.
to these projects.
I want
But how do you know? Let me ask you this: how do you know it's in the billions? I
It could
actually
be in the trillions, possibly.
I heard a lawyer from Seattle.
I don't want to go that high.
mention that it wasn't a trillion.
There's a lot of money just
And
being
our
wasted.
our government spends our tax money on projects that we can't even fathom.
Like wars.
Yeah, so there's no real public
military
record, which
bullshit.
is shady for sure. I can't accept that, but the way it's true, wasting money on wars, conspiracies, secret military projects.
Mhm.
There's so many social programs out there that are
Right.
really suffering. Education for one.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
homelessness.
education is completely suffering these days.
And there's teachers that could be paid more. So there's just money that needs to be diverted from this, if you ask me.
Right. That can go to better causes, basically.
Better for
Brian, it really has to be in the billions of dollars that's being
Sure.
wasted. The cost just to keep it quiet is probably really huge in itself. But, of course, we'll never get an accurate accounting of the amounts that are wasted by the government. It's just a very sensitive and secretive and non-transparent situation. Excuse me. There's a lot of general distrust of our leaders coming from a lot of general public perspectives at this
Yeah.
point,
And the
on